This presentation will review the operation of the basic safety equipment that is common to all 747 aircraft flown by TWA. The 747 aircraft has 10 main cabin doors. 8 of the doors are equipped with automatic inflating slide rafts. The doors are numbered left 1 through 5 and right 1 through 5. The 10 cabin doors are the primary escape routes in the event of an emergency evacuation. To open any of the main cabin doors from the outside, push inward on the latch to release the handles. Pull out on the handles to the fully extended position. This deactivates the door emergency functions. Rotate the handle approximately 90 degrees. And observe the lower edge of the door. If the slide raft girt is visible, do not open the door or slide raft deployment may occur. If the slide raft girt is not visible, rotate the handles another 90 degrees and restow the handles. The door can now be pulled to the open position. A gust lock will hold the door in the open position. To close the door, lift up on the gust lock and pull the door toward the closed position. Pull outward on the handles to the extended position. Hold the handles in the extended position and push inward on the door until it stops. Rotate the handles until the door is closed and restow the handles. The cabin doors can be operated in 2 different modes from the interior. The modes are indicated by a yellow handle seen through a plastic viewing port. The modes are manual for normal door operation and automatic for slide raft deployment and inflation. To select the mode, raise this cover and move the mode selector handle either down to automatic or up to manual. This device with the green ribbon attached is the door safety pin. Each time the doors are placed in the manual mode, insert the pin. This will prevent accidental slide raft deployment. Let's take a look at the manual door operation. With the mode selector handle pinned in the manual mode, rotate the door operating handle up and aft and push the door out until the door is in the open and locked position. There is a door safety strap at each flight attendant station located in a pouch in this compartment. If the door is open and a jetway is not in position, a door safety strap must be secured across the doorway. There are several door pre-flight items. First, check the red warning ribbon in the stowed position and raise the cover to check that the door safety pin has been inserted. Check the slide raft pressure gauge located in the slide raft housing to see that the needle is pointing in the green zone. And check the door power assist pressure gauge, which is located just forward of the door, to see that the needle is pointing in the green zone. With the mode selector handle in automatic, the slide raft inflation and power assist features are armed and ready for an emergency. To deploy a slide raft in an emergency, first evaluate the outside conditions. If outside conditions are safe, rotate the door operating handle up and aft. Open the door in an aggressive and forceful manner and push the door out until the power assist takes over. If the slide raft does not inflate automatically, pull the manual inflation handle located on the slide raft girt. If the slide rafts are needed in a water landing, make sure that the water isn't coming in around the door. If clear, open the door. When the slide raft inflates, load your passengers. And when ready to disconnect the slide raft from the girt, lift this flap and pull vigorously on the blue separation handle. There are 2 escape ropes on the 747-100s. They are located in a ceiling compartment at the number 3 doors. The upper deck contains the upper deck cabin and the cockpit. The primary escape route for the upper deck passengers and crew members is down the stairway to the main cabin doors. The stairway is equipped with a smoke barrier that is used only on the ground if the stairs are not usable for an evacuation route due to fire or smoke. To install the smoke barrier, release the latch, and while holding the latch, move the cover to the left. Grasp the barrier loops and pull towards the railing. Drape the barrier over the railing. To the upper right of the barrier is a recessed pin keyhole, and near the floor, on the right and left sides, are protruding keyhole pins. These fasteners are used to secure the sides of the barrier to the wall. After securing the barrier to the wall, press the Velcro flap at the bottom of the barrier against the carpet. Then push the weighted stair flap into the stairwell. Passengers must then be routed to the crew service door that is located just after the flight engineer station. Let's take a look at the crew service door and evacuation slide. The engineer is responsible for pre-flight items on this door. They are crew service door closed with operating handle in the closed position, the evacuation slide in the ready position in front of the door, and the slide retaining latch engaged in the floor track, the red release handle in the stowed position, and the slide inflation bottle safety pin removed. To open the door, evaluate, and if clear, pull out on the door operating handle and rotate up and aft. A caution here. The handle must be stowed by pushing it up against the door before sliding the door aft. If the handle is not properly stowed, the door cannot be opened. To use the evacuation slide, pull the release handle toward you. Then lift the container and push the slide overboard. The slide should inflate automatically. Go out with your head low, step to the edge of the platform, and enter the slide. If the evacuation slide does not inflate automatically, lift this cover and push down firmly on the lever to inflate the slide. One other exit is located in the cockpit, an overhead escape hatch. To use this exit, rotate the handle counterclockwise and pull in on the escape hatch door. There are 5 inertia reels. To use a reel, push up on the cover and pull the reel out. This is how they work. Carry the reel out in your hand. When ready to slide, put the reel over your shoulder, hold on with both hands, and slide. Let your knees bend on touchdown. An evacuation alarm panel is located at each crew station. One alarm is located in the cockpit on the pilot's overhead panel. Here's how it works. Lift this guard and push up on the switch. If the beeping noise interferes with your voice commands, it can be silenced by pushing this button. You'll notice, however, that the warning light continues to flash. There is an evacuation alarm above the flight attendant station in the upper deck cabin and adjacent to each flight attendant seat in the main cabin. There are both interior and exterior emergency lights. Interior emergency lights are located over the doors and in the ceiling above the aisles. An emergency light is mounted on each main cabin door. When the door is opened in an emergency, the light will illuminate the slide raft ramp. The crew service door has evacuation slide emergency lights mounted in the door frame. Exterior emergency lights are also located on the fuselage over the wing to illuminate the off-wing slide area. There are 2 switches that control the emergency light system. The master emergency light switch is located on the pilot's overhead panel. When the switch is in the armed position, the emergency lights will come on with loss of aircraft power. Moving the switch to the on position will turn on all emergency lights. The other light switch is located at the L1 door. To turn on the emergency lights, open the plastic cover and push the switch. The flight crew oxygen system utilizes diluter demand regulators and quick donning masks. The crew and passenger oxygen bottles are located in a sealed compartment in the forward cargo compartment. Main supply valves are left in the on position at all times. A green disc located after the forward cargo door seals the discharge line from foreign material. If the disc is missing, it indicates that a discharge has taken place. The crew and passenger oxygen high pressure gauge is located in the upper right quadrant of the flight engineer's panel. The required pressure for crew and passenger oxygen bottles is listed on this chart on the cockpit door. The crew oxygen on-off valve and low pressure gauge is located on the left wall of the cockpit. The low pressure gauge indicates pressure when the valve is opened. The passenger oxygen system supplies oxygen in the event of a decompression. The passenger oxygen masks are automatically released whenever the cabin altitude exceeds approximately 14,000 feet, or they may be electrically released by a switch on the flight engineer's panel. Oxygen masks are provided above the flight attendant's seats and in the lavatories. An extra mask is provided at each seat group. The "No Smoking Fasten Seatbelt" sign is automatically turned on with oxygen release. A chime will sound, and an oxygen warning light indicating the passenger oxygen manifold is pressurized is illuminated on the flight engineer's panel, the pilot's center instrument panel, and on the flight attendant's panel at doors L1 and L4. A taped announcement will automatically activate and give instructions. First in English.
There is no cause for alarm, but due to a sudden decompression.
And then in French.
Prenez le masque dans votre main.
Oxygen will flow only to the masks that are pulled down. The manual oxygen reset handle is located under the access door of the main power center, just forward of the stairway in the main cabin. If an evaluation of the situation indicates no further need for oxygen system, consider a reset. Pull up the carpet. Lift the access door handle up and aft to remove the door. To reset, push the T-handle aft. Hold for 5 seconds, then return to the normal position. Location of the portable equipment is indicated on this chart on the cockpit door and in the 747 Flight Handbook. As a crew member, you may be called upon to react in an emergency without advance notice. To be ready for this task, you should frequently review the 747 emergency equipment and procedures. This will ensure that you will react quickly and correctly in an emergency situation.